And yes, Toyota Prius lovers, this Toyota Prius is just as much a Toyota Prius hybrid as the generation you're driving. It just has a little bit more swooping lines. Some liken it to a Tesla. Hey there, it's William Westhopper from the real DC Car Guy, and I'm here with the 2023 Toyota Prius. Now this is the next generation of Prius. Now for those of you who think Toyota is not involved in electrification, should we remind you that it was Toyota that brought the hybrid to market in the early 2000s with that little boxy four-door sedan known as the Prius. That then morphed into a spaceship, which also morphed into a little station wagon version and a couple of other versions. Now today, for 2023, we have the newly styled, very elegantly styled Prius. It's still a four-door sedan, it's still a hatchback, and most importantly, it's still a Toyota Prius hybrid. When you turn the car off, the driver's seat retracts to help you get in and out of the vehicle, which is good. It does have a lower roof line, so it is a little harder to get into than I would expect. Things that are interesting about the vehicle, whereas the very first Prius had a sort of a center display on it, this does have a driver's dash display. It also has the center display that you're seeing in most vehicles. There is a manual adjustment for the steering wheel, both in and out and up and down. I did find it a little uncomfortable to get it just right where I wanted to see it. It's very boxy centered. It has all the controls, and the controls do feel nice and solid, which is good. There are a lot of touch buttons here as opposed to touch screens, though you can get stuff on a touch screen if you want. There are certain things that you can activate by touch screens as opposed to the buttons. But so like this one here, air conditioning, there's also an air conditioning button over here, a real button for it. So it gives you pretty much what you want. 2 USB-Cs and a 12 volt. There is a console here, again with 2 more USB-Cs. No USB-As in this car, so be happy to have a USB-C. There's a little hideaway spot here. I don't know if you can see it as well. A little hideaway spot. You can hide something under here, this little removable tray. And yes, it does have a wireless charger right here for your device. My device is a Samsung S22 in an OtterBox case. Lots of room in there for a bigger phone, which is something we always go for. It has wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is nice. Here's your Android Auto apps. Drive modes are here, so I can go and click my drive modes. You can see what they are: custom, sport, normal, eco. EV, if I want to turn the EV mode on, I can do EV mode right there. Brake hold, electric parking brake, turn on and off the traction control. It has a JBL sound system, which is actually pretty good. Map pockets over on the side there. Perforated seats here, nice contrasting color there. There is a look of fiber here, but there's not. Really nice ambient lighting around the vehicle, kind of has a nice feel to it. Everything is plastic, and there's shiny black plastic on the center console, but everything is pretty, it feels like what it is. It's a $38,000 car, so that's what it is. One of the things that I found very interesting is this digital rear view mirror is a $200 option on this vehicle. You can see a little bit more in there, what you would see normally. You can see it's really not a whole lot of space. You don't really get a good view in here, but that gives you a much bigger view. Your home link sessions there. You can control the mirror this way. So all of that is there. So we were talking about the fixed glass moonroof and the sunshade. It has that there, and there is also one back here for the second row. So there's that. Grab handles back there, but no hooks for coats or clothing. That's interesting. There's lights here. This pops down and this pops out. This does not slide out. You have to slide that out. There is a little lighted vanity mirror there. You can see the lighted vanity mirror goes on for that, but just a really nice clean look to it. So getting into the back seat of the Prius, you go after the door handle, which is up here at the top, unlike the Toyota CHR, as I recall. Stepping into the back of the Toyota Prius isn't too hard, but don't be too tall. There's not a whole lot of headroom back here. Now, one of the things you're going to notice with this vehicle is the fact that it does have a glass roof, and this is a fixed glass roof, but it does have sliding shades for both second row passenger and front row passenger. So what do you have back here in the back of the Prius? Well, we have fold down armrest with 2 cup holders, no little clicky things in here, so they will rattle through. This is not a pass-through for that, so you can't do a pass-through, though this is a 60/40 split rear seat. Rear map pocket on the right side, not on the left side. This model is equipped with an additional optional heated rear seats. Switches are right here. 2 USB-Cs down here, down low. So much so you almost don't know that they're there. Other than that, pretty simple in the back. Not a whole lot to do. The perforated seats are nice. There is handlebars here. Not a lot of headroom. 2 little LED lights, map lights back here. Other than that, it's pretty basic. Let's go for the drive. Starting it up, it has automatic seats that move forward. Some people like that and some people don't. I don't have a problem with it. I can choose to go into EV mode if I want to. A standard field gear shift, slide it over and then back for drive, neutral and drive. And then there's a park button here as well. EV mode, hold. Oh, and then we have drive modes here, so I can go into sport, custom, eco. Really like the surround display. It's not as extensive as in some other vehicles, but it's pretty good. And when you're driving along, it kind of gives you an image of the car, but not the hard image of the car, so you can see if you're actually driving over something, which I think is interesting. Not that you want to drive over anything. Now, it's a pretty quiet car, and like most hybrids, it does have that noise. I always likened it to chopping wood. It does also recognize that there is a stop sign ahead of me, so it's seeing that. The Toyota safety sense in this is excellent. It does let you know if there's something somewhere. It does not let me know about this darn mosquito that's floating around. It lets me know when I'm close to a curb, or when I'm close to a wall when I'm parking, or even a parking stanchion. So I was impressed by that. So we've been driving it on the city streets as well as highways, and I've got to say, Toyota is not, well, what can I say? It's not a luxurious luxury car. This is an economy car. It has a rough and tumble suspension. So suspension's a little rough, a little tough. Now when I stop it, it pops up a picture of everything that's around me. car's translucent, see it moves along, and then once you get up above 5 or 6 miles an hour, it goes back to whatever the display is. Putting on the rear view mirror camera gives you a larger view of what's behind you, though with my progressive lenses it's a little disconcerting now and then. Now, one of the things that we've noticed that this is Toyota Prius Limited, and it's a HEV, hybrid electric vehicle, not a PHEV. So So here is your Toyota Prius hybrid engine. No cover on it, just a lot of technology. Now the fuel door is still remote operated. So there you go. No E20, no E85, only up to E15. Now the Toyota Prius key is pretty basic. It's pretty light. It says Prius on it. The rear trunk control is right here. Pops right up. There is cargo space back here in the hatch. And what I found interesting is this little cargo shade that pops out. And one of the things I've always complained about are these larger cargo shades. What do you do with them? This one folds up very nicely, and you can slide it away. I bet you could even put it in underneath here. And it's so little, you're not going to notice it. So that's great. So let's have a look underneath the cargo floor. Yes. So there are lots of compartmental spaces here to store things. Your tire inflator is over here. The extra, the license plate rack for the front is right here. But what's nice is all these little spaces that are here to be able to compartmentalize stuff. There's also a little storage on either side there. And the battery is back over here too. So let's see if we can get a good look at that battery. I don't know if you can see that or not. 60-40 rear split. The 60 is on the right-hand side, while the 40 is over on the left-hand side, which personally I like better because you can do more stuff on this side. And if you don't have a passenger in the front seat, can you really get some longer things in there? So that's an interesting space. So let's have a look and see what it looks like with the full 60-40 down. You really do have a lot of cargo space in there. And even with the hatch down, you'll still have a good amount of space. Now, one of the things that we found out about with this hatch is you can't pull it down. Well, you can, but it's hard, but then it goes down automatically. So let's have a look inside and see what that cargo space looks like. So you do have a good amount of cargo space back in here. I'd say probably about 24 to maybe 30 inches here, probably 18 inches to the back, maybe 30 inches here in the front. Well, I hope you've liked this video on the newly redesigned 2023 Toyota Prius. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. That will really help us. And also subscribe to The Real DC Car Guy if you have not already. That way you'll get all of our latest car reviews and stories about the automotive lifestyle. Until next time.